Hi, I'm Amy Urani Leverton. Thank you for joining me for this special Women's History segment of Nevada County Now, where we are exploring the lives of women around our community who are themselves making history. I'd like to introduce you to my special guest, Erin Beatie. Welcome, Erin.
Thank
Did
you.
I say your last name correctly?
Beatie.
Beatie.
That's
I
okay.
apologize.
No, it's fine.
Beatie. Okay. Erin, forgive me. So what I want everybody to know about Erin is she is an uber talented artist. She is an amazing mom. She is a teacher. And hold on, she is a lighting guru.
Yeah.
Okay. And I need to talk a little bit about the lighting guru part because you were talking to me earlier. Please tell me a little bit. I was asking you, okay, if I wanted certain lighting in my house and I came to you and I said, this is what I want designed, you could do that.
hmm Yeah.
And
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about different types of lighting and impacts on mood.
Yeah. So I do theatrical and interior design. When it comes to interior design, a lot of it is understanding somebody's lifestyle and different things that there's some people who suffer from depression and sometimes seasonal depression, and a lot of that can be helped by the temperature of light that you choose in the home.
Amazing.
And yeah, the type of bulbs. And there's been a few people that, they get migraines or heavy headaches at work, and I've been able to help change their environment enough to where they didn't need medications anymore. So
Wow.
lighting really affects your mood. It's
That's
pretty
amazing.
amazing.
It's interesting because at the office, I did have some folks because, we have fluorescent lights, right?
hmm
Typical office lighting. So we have fluorescent lights, and one of my staff members bought something that goes inside the light
The
fixture.
filter.
Yes,
hmm
exactly. And all of a sudden, she was like, this is amazing. And then I had other staff saying, we really want this. So please. So now we've got a whole area. It doesn't even look like an office anymore. So I've got clouds as a perimeter
hmm
and I've got trees in the center. So you feel like you're walking into some outdoor, kind of environment.
Oh,
But you are
yeah.
absolutely correct.
It changes
It
things.
completely changed
hmm
it's almost like they felt better. It was more comfortable. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I know that for our mom, we were using like a little sunlight. We would
Perfect.
set on a counter or something.
Yep.
I had no idea you could change the lighting in your home to
Easy.
affect that.
Yeah.
And it's easy.
Super easy.
All we got to do is call you.
A bulb is cheap.
A bonus sheet. I love that. So it's just making that switch over.
hmm
That's
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And I've got a couple of things that we're going to learn about you. And
Okay.
I'm going to just check my question. So here's a question for you. You're uber talented as an artist. You've got a family, wonderful mom, kids, teaching them. You've got a design business where you're helping folks improve their lives, getting better through lighting and their environment. When you got to that stage, talk to us about what motivated you to get there, or maybe what continues to motivate you every day.
I really just love helping people. That's really kind of
Amazing.
the big thing for me. And I think something that really kind of speaks out to me is if you can dream it, you can do it.
I love
That,
that.
saying, and I actually believe it.
Nice.
That's something that I really, truly hold in my heart. And so that's why the show work for me is such a passion,
Yeah.
because the directors, the visionaries, they dream something up. They don't quite know how to do it.
Right.
And I love being able to make that into a reality as much as possible.
That's fantastic. That
Yeah.
really is. That's inspiring.
It's really a fun way to look at life, and every day's different.
Right.
We get to learn so much, and there's so many different things that, I can really apply
hmm
to,
That's great.
with real life too. It kind
Right.
of goes back and forth.
So when you say that, like when you're talking about helping people, how do you then translate that? Like when you're with your kiddos, when you're talking to them, what do you share with them that you hope resonates with them as they build themselves?
Um, it's a very good question. That's a hard one. Um, gosh, there's so many different lessons that you want to teach your children. But the bottom line is kindness. Um, just be kind and help others. We're all in this together somehow, and we just, can't do it alone.
I love
So
that.
accept the help and be there to help somebody else too.
That's
Pass it forward.
fantastic. I mean, especially today, when you think about today and you think about the climate that we're in, it almost seems like empathy has gone out the window, right? And how people treat each other. And I think that that message, clearly you're a role model. So whether you're transmitting the message verbally, that your kids are looking to you as that model. And I think that's so important.
Thank you.
And sharing that with them and that talent. In that kind of looking to you, and I can see your kids watching you as a role model. What in your as you think about this, have there been women that you have visioned as historical figures or those that have influenced you, and why? Why were they so impactful for you and where you are today?
I have two in
Please,
mind.
good.
And one I do know was brought up by somebody else who's been interviewed as well, but
Right.
I have the same person in mind, and that's Juliet Gordon-Low, founder of Girl Scouts. And I started Girl Scouts as soon as I was able.
Nice.
I'm a lifetime member, and it's actually Girl Scouts that brought me to where I am today.
Wow.
They teach you to be a strong leader, they teach you to be independent, but one thing that I found that was great about the Girl Scout experience was giving experience to women that would traditionally be more of a male role
Right.
type of, or viewed as such.
Right.
And it was their 90th birthday celebration. They decided they wanted to do a big thing at Arco Arena.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So I contacted the people in charge of that and asked if I could be backstage
Oh, awesome.
to help set it up.
Sure.
3 days. I wasn't allowed to touch anything. I was 17, but on the last day, the person who was in charge over there looked at me and said, "I'm not looking. Go ahead."
Oh,
And so he got my number, and he said, "When can we call you for work?"
oh,
This was the IATSE, the Local 50 Backstage Hands Union in Sacramento, and he called me the exact day of my graduation and asked if I would work for Britney Spears. And I was like, yes,
yes,
I will.
That's fantastic.
So it was Julia Gordon-Low's, group,
Right.
the thing that she created for us, that really kind of built who I am today.
That's fabulous.
And then the second one, not a history thing,
Yep.
but my daughter
Oh.
is what's building me for tomorrow.
I love that.
And
That's beautiful.
She's quite the fighter.
Is
She's
she?
one of the strongest. She was born with congestive heart failure.
Oh,
And so she's had open heart surgery. She's had, I think, 4 different surgeries now
wow.
within like the first 6 months of her life. And
Wow.
we're still going through some medical things,
Yeah.
but gosh, she's happy every day.
Yeah.
And she's really teaching me to appreciate the moments
Yep.
in the moment.
Every precious moment,
Mhm.
every day. I hear that. And I was talking, I think, with Joey and a couple of the other interviewees, and it's embracing every day. But as a mom and having that protection and the weight
Mhm.
of your baby, right?
Yeah.
And what she's been going through. It's phenomenal. And then at the same time, you're still giving, you're still caring for those around you. You're still putting forth, the energy into making people's lives more comfortable and helping them live a healthier indoor environment. That's incredible. That is.
It's a passion.
I love that. That's
It's not
incredible.
work for me.
Right? And that's what makes it so special. And I think that's that message that, if you were sitting and you were chatting, with a bunch of young ladies and you were looking at them and saying, as a role model for them, what would you say to them about what they can do and what life offers them?
I think we go right back to the if you can dream it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And I think really the only thing that gets in our way is ourselves. We certainly will question, can I do this? And
Right.
sometimes we're afraid to even start.
Hmm.
But just try.
I love that. That is excellent, excellent advice. And I think it's important that, especially, when you think about your kids, but you look at friends and you look at your family and hoping that they are giving that same level of support. giving that same level of encouragement, because these are our leaders, right? These are
Yeah.
the ones that will continue what we hope they will do in the world, what
Hmm.
we've given them.
Yeah.
And so that's fantastic. Um, so when you view the world we are in today, what, in your opinion, um, what does a woman's world look like
I think that there's a lot more opportunity
today?
than there used to be, and I think that really the that that process of opening, your minds and understanding that, we're all just people,
Hmm.
and that's the direction it's been going, and I think it's been a very healthy
Yeah,
direction. There's still struggles here and there. I've definitely working in the line of work that I do, especially with backstage work. It really did start off where I was one of maybe 6 people that were female
wow.
in the Sacramento Union, and I had very specific times where people wouldn't work me. They wouldn't put me to work because I was a girl.
Wow.
But that's not the case anymore. It's like 50-50 now. And that's just a huge change.
Yeah,
And it's only been 20 years.
yeah.
So, I think we're heading the right direction.
And during those times, how did you steel yourself? How did you keep yourself motivated to keep moving forward?
I'm really stubborn.
I love that.
I really, I mean, I think that's really the only explanation for it. I just, I don't know. I very much looked up to my father.
Nice.
And, when it was times where we would gather together as a family, I wanted to be in the garage and
Sure.
watching them wrench on cars or
Love
whatever
that.
they were doing. And so I was never taught that I couldn't do something.
That's
And he
fabulous.
was very much inclusive.
Hmm.
And so I never really viewed it as being different. It was
Sure.
just, I love this, so I'm going to do this. And,
That's fabulous.
so yeah, whatever hurdle I found, I just kind of became more stubborn about it until I figured it out.
That's fabulous. And it is so interesting. I mean, when I started out in the environmental field, I started in the solid waste arena. I was first woman hired in
Mm,
our department.
wow.
And so it was a fun, unique opportunity with me, and through humor, I was able to change their minds about having a woman as one of their colleagues,
Oh.
and would kind of turn the tables on them when things were derogatory or inappropriate, right? And it was through that they garnered a phenomenal respect. And I credit all of them for kind of opening their eyes and kind of moving forward. But I think it's unfortunate we have to take that leap. We have to make that challenge, right? We have to go into it knowing our guards up, and this is what we'll need to prove, essentially prove ourselves. So, but that's fantastic. And I guess maybe part of it through humor, another part of it being very stubborn. I would back that up wholeheartedly. So, but I think that's what gives us inner strength.
Mhm.
So I have to, before I branch out, I got to know. So, okay, you were working on the Britney Spears
Mhm.
stage. How long?
Well, I mean, it was a travel in.
It was a traveling.
So
Okay.
yeah, I worked with her the one show.
Uh-huh.
So I basically it was people traveling into
I
Sacramento.
love that.
I'm wearing my Paul McCartney
I
shirt,
love
so I got
that.
to
I
work with
saw
it.
that.
That
How
was fun.
was that? Do you
It's
get
great.
to interact with them or?
Typically, they come in a little bit later.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Yeah, with that one, I was the drum tech with Paul McCartney's thing, but Britney Spears I ran into
Yep.
literally.
That's
Yeah, we actually ran into each other, which was kind of funny.
hysterical. Oh,
Cher was right there, and I
oh wow.
passed right by her a couple times
Yeah.
because she actually unloads while the show's happening.
Really
Yeah, she's very meticulous about how every
interesting.
aspect of her show.
Really. So she
Mhm.
has her finger on the pulse the whole time.
The whole time. Yeah,
Wow. That's interesting. So you've had quite a variety.
it's been a variety. Yeah,
That's
it's been a
how
lot of
fun is
fun.
that? I bet it has been. So you're still part of the union.
I
Um,
haven't been in years.
not in
Yeah,
years.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm on their, I'm not on their call list currently, but I'm kind of, I'm still on their list, but
Right.
not as an active
Understood.
person right now. Once I got into teaching and
Uh-huh.
education and all of that, I really put a lot of focus and energy into that. And, being out every few days, with a midnight loadout and still being able to get to work the next day was going to be
Not a
lot.
good idea, right? Right. So talk to me a little bit about the teaching and what you're doing. Talk a little bit about that.
So I taught for 20 years. So I did, I think it was 13 years 13 years at Colfax High School.
Amazing.
And then I shifted over to Bear River High School for 7.
Nice.
And was teaching backstage work.
Great.
So lights, sound, set. I did not teach costumes. I don't do fabric.
No.
It's just something about it. I don't know. It doesn't
Yes,
connect in
I
there.
hear you.
But so I've been able to teach, over 1,000 kids, and it's been so much fun. I had to retire out of the education stuff because of my daughter's situation.
Certainly.
But what a blast!
Yeah.
What a blast! And to watch young people kind of find a passion in themselves and be able to, run as far as they can with it it's just so much. It's so rewarding to watch.
You see that light bulb turn on for them, or you see that.
And I didn't even have to plug it in.
Right. Pardon the pun, right? So that's wonderful. And of course, always wishing all the best for your little one, your daughter.
Yeah.
So that's phenomenal. Okay, let's talk about something fun.
Okay.
Tell me
all been
something.
fun.
It has. I agree. Tell me something about you that folks wouldn't know.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to relearn how to read.
Really?
I did.
So tell us about that.
Yeah. I think that's kind of an interesting one. I always struggled with reading. It was never really my wheelhouse. Couldn't figure it out. And then in my 20s, I was struggling with keeping up with all the paperwork and stuff that was coming through with work and all of that. And I went, okay, I gotta fix this. So I actually went and found a tutor. And they tested me and they said, I could read at at a college level.
Sure.
My comprehension was 2nd grade.
Really?
So I wasn't retaining any of it.
Yeah.
And I was spending a lot of energy trying to get the word right and not a lot of energy of understanding what was coming out of my mouth.
Wow.
So there was a disconnect there and I had to start all over. A has 10 sounds, B has 2 sounds. Here's what they are.
Wow.
Go through the whole thing. And they got me to, college level comprehension, but I still struggle with it. It's not, a lot of people love to open that book and enjoy a book.
Right.
I can do manuals. I'll read a manual, but that's very much a step-by-step. Whereas, having a full story in there, it doesn't quite compute. So it takes me a long time when I do a lighting design for any kind of drama, anything with a script. It takes me a very long time to go through that script to really understand it. And a lot of times I also make sure that I go to multiple rehearsals. Sure. Just to make sure I did understand that and what feeling is supposed to be there before I throw a light out there that doesn't make sense. So so that's kind of my thing.
That's incredible. And you
don't really read all that well.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I would say it like that. I would say that you had a situation, a complex situation in development years that maybe was not caught. Okay. And you have taken it upon yourself through your own tenacity, through your own drive, through your own energies to take that and make it into something very useful for you. Yeah. And I think that is inspiring in itself.
Well, thank you.
Because that takes fortitude. A lot of folks have something where they can, especially women, I think we're very hard on ourselves, right? We have an expectation. We're trying to live up to that look or that what society tells us we need to be. And I think if we have a flaw, we may focus on a flaw, right? Or a disadvantage as a negative. But that's not the case here. And I think that that's phenomenal. That's a message that should be shared, that you can take something, you can build upon it, and you can become very successful. And there's nothing that should stop you. So thank you for sharing that. I think it's an incredibly positive message. And I think it's important to share. So
Thank you. Yeah, it's another one of those things where, I still don't enjoy a book. It's hard for me, but I can do it now.
you can.
I can do it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much, Erin, for being with us today. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for watching this special Women's History segment of Nevada County Now. Make sure to check out our other interviews. Our community is full of amazing women just like Erin.